Right, ladies and gentlemen, are we good to start? Yes? Yeah, it's very warm in here, isn't it? Yeah. Guys, if you want to take your jackets off, feel free. I can't, so you can watch me sweat at the front stage here. We've opened the doors because the aircon is not brilliant, so apologies, but it should get a little bit cooler once the wind starts blowing through. Okay, so the rules of the game are, this is supposed to be an interactive workshop, so I'm going to, hopefully you guys have got loads of questions. If not, I will pick on you and get some questions from you for Hardis here. And we're going to start off with a presentation, about 10 minutes, and then I've got some questions I want to ask you, simple yes-no answers, and then we'll get into some sort of, hopefully, a pretty interesting discussion. Okay, so thank you. Please come in, take a seat. We're starting now. So, Adeline Leopis, right. Introduce yourself and then do the presentation and we'll crack on.
Hello everybody, my name is Adeline. I'm working at Hardis Group and today I'm going to talk to you about Reflex and more about our solution Reflex in Store and our vision and challenges about omnichannel logistics.
Okay. What's that?
I just don't have the presentation on the screen, Henry.
Oh, it's on there, but it's not on here. Okay. We'll stand up. You can see it on that one there.
So just a few words about Reflex. Our solution was created first for the warehouses to manage your logistics and warehouses. But now we know that the retailers cannot manage only the logistics and warehouses, okay? That's why we create a software able to manage logistics everywhere, in warehouses, stores, but also factories. That's why we are going to talk about today. So our vision today is give the possibility to our customers to have a vision global of their stocks. It could be in stores, it could be in warehouses, but also in factories. So the goal for us is to give you all this visibility and the orchestration of all the different products wherever they be. So just a few words about Reflex in stores. So today we give all the algorithm of the power in Reflex, but in stores. So you give your sales team, the vendors, on a cell phone, they have on Android, they have an application, and they give them the possibilities to have a visibility, a real-time visibility on stock. For example, I have a product is arriving in the store, where I have to put it. I have to put it directly in the shelves. I have to put it in the store, or this is maybe click and collect, and I have to keep them for a person who is going to keep it back during the day. So through Reflex in Store, you give the possibility to the vendors to have all this information in real time. Because we know today for retailers, if you want the best product at the best price, you need to have a logistic reliable in this point of sales. We have many customers today who are using Reflex in stores. Last year, we have the demands 3 times more important last year about Reflex in stores. Our customers have a good return on investment about the solution. I take the example of the Casino Group, an FMCG customer who are using the solution. So today, he divided his stock room by 3. So today, he rent a dedicated space for logistics providers today. So we have a good return on investment. Today we're working with Groupe Casino, but also Galeries Lafayette, Decathlon, Monsieur Bricolage, and other customers really interested by the Reflex in Store solution. So we really think this is a good opportunity for you to manage your point of sale, to give to the vendors the good tools to work, and also to give to the customer the possibility to have the right information at the right time. A customer is going to ask the vendor, where is the product? The vendor, with the application, we have the possibility to say, okay, it's not here, but maybe in the stock. Or maybe we can find this product in another store, and we will be able to deliver you today or tomorrow. Or maybe we can ask the warehouse to give it to you the next day at home, for example.
Okay.
this is it for my presentation.
Good, brilliant. Can I quick show of hands in the audience? How many retailers are in the room? So quite a few over there and over there. Brilliant. So can I ask you a quick question? How many of you have got bricks and mortar omnichannel? Most of you. Okay. And do you have real-time stock visibility? So if I bought this jacket online, it can be pulled from the nearest store to me same day, if I wanted it same day. You two can do it, but you can't do it. You can. Okay, cool. So, I'm going to pick on you for a second. So, what's your name, sir? Craig. Craig. So, what's your company? Fishing tackle. Awesome. Awesome. Fishing tackle retail. Brilliant. So, if somebody goes online, they can pick their rod and their hooks and their bait, fill the basket, and then you can service that same day from the nearest store to the person buying?
No.
Oh.
So they can see real-time stock file.
Right.
This is where it gets clunky because we're sort of learning as we're going and reacting to, consumer demands over the last year. They can see the stock file, they can see it, but they have to place the order through the web. We will then pick it from a store if it's the closest position to their home where the stock is, and get it to them next day.
Right, okay.
It's very clunky.
Okay. So if it's clunky, if you had a magic wand, right, and you could fix it, what would it look like?
Well, if I could fix it, it would be that they could reserve it in that store and walk in within the hour.
So the customer would still have to go in and pick and collect it from the store?
Or we'll pick it and
do the same day?
And do the same day.
Right, okay. And do you mind me asking, what's the average basket value?
For purely web transactions, £70. In store, just under £40.
Wow. Okay. So if you could nail it, that's very interesting.
It's complex for us because we do, where we struggle is over 2 meters rods.
Right.
Sort of smaller packages is less of a challenge. Over 2 meters is where we start to get challenges with carriers and how we're able to do that.
Right, okay. Yeah, okay. Brilliant. Thanks for that, Craig. We'll come back to you. You might as well keep hold of the mic. No, I'm kidding. Okay, right. I've got some questions for you guys, okay? So they're very simple, yes-no answers, okay? So, do you have complete visibility of all your logistics challenges? Right? So in other words, do you know all your issues? Absolutely. What your logistics challenges are? Yes or no? Do you know what you don't know? Is basically what I'm asking. Yeah? Clear? Right. Those who think they know it all and they've got absolute nailed on every single issue they know, it's just a case of getting around to fixing it, raise your hands. Brilliant. So everybody in the room has got challenges and you're not sure how to fix them. Is that fair to say? Is that a fair conclusion? Okay. Now, just for the retailers in the room, what's the thing that keeps you up in the morning in terms of stock and inventory on a Sunday morning? What's the thing that irks you? The magic wand question I asked Craig, if you could fix one thing about stock visibility, what would it be? Sorry, can we have only got one mic. Well, two.
That the cash and carry customer can see what the online customer has already purchased. So I think we actually have more the reverse problem, so that if I dispatch an order 2 days from today, the cash and carry customer still has access to that inventory. So what I need to know is how much more do I have already sold.
Right. So you could be, you've actually sold something you think is still available. So it's this lag of information that's your problem.
Yeah, and it's the competition between the two customers.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Do you want to, Adeline, do you want to comment on that?
Today, what kind of tool do you have? Do you have an OMS? Do you have a WMS? What's just quickly your tools to better understand maybe where the problem comes from?
Yeah, we have I think the main problem is that my pickers in both, so I work for IKEA, the pickers in the store are picking too slowly. So if I pick everything that I need to dispatch for the next 5 days, then I need square meters for that inventory to wait for dispatch. So it's smarter from a physical asset management perspective to leave that all in one place, to leave it available. But then, of course, cash and carry customers are still coming from picking from that inventory. So it's really about the fine-tuned planning of how many do I mean, it's a forecast, right? So how many do I expect to sell to the cash and carry customer, and how many do I need to keep available for the customer online? So that it's that balance that keeps me up at night. That have I sold to the cash and carry customer what's already reserved to the online customer?
Right. And do you, in reality, do you get it wrong sometimes, and you get dissatisfied customers because they think you've got it in stock, they think they've bought it, and actually it's already been sold?
Yeah, I'm not really proud to say it, but I mean, what I notice in our business is that the peak online is the same as the peak offline. So a week of school vacation, and you see people ordering online and coming into the store at the same time. So the competition, the demand on that inventory, I can't control when is my online customer coming in, and they come in at the same time as my cash and carry customer.
Okay, cool. Anybody else got a similar story about a lag in time or a black hole in the visibility of stock and inventory? Yeah, over here, please. So if you just give us 2 seconds, we'll get the mic to you.
Yeah, thank you. We have.
Could you say your name and your business?
I'm Olaf van der Brink. I work for Public Media Marketing Greece.
Okay.
We have a similar problem. The only thing with us is we sell a lot of books of which we hold very limited inventory. So it's even, I think, worse. It's not predicting if I have just the one in one store somewhere in Greece and I sell it, but someone else walks in at some moment in time. You cannot predict or forecast on that. So that keeps me up at night. The second thing is that we have a lot of multi-orders where they need to come from various locations. And especially in Greece, there's the city centers, but we have 70 stores all across the country. So if a customer places 8 orders, I have 8 chances, or 8 items in the same order. I have 8 chances to get it wrong in a store somewhere in the country with a lot of, let's say, intra-transfers involved. We're trying to solve that by, let's say, centralizing this stock. But you cannot centralize 250,000 books that sit out, scattered around the network. So that's something
Or can you? Because if I understand that, isn't that what you guys can do?
There's another microphone.
Yeah. They won't give it to me. I don't know why.
Oh.
Thank you. Yes, you're talking about gather the stock somewhere. This is one of your questions. Yeah, to centralizing the stock. Yeah, but we also work about the problematic of trying to put the stock the nearest to the customer for the promise to be sure that the customer will have the product quickly. This is what we are working on to be sure that retailers can be competitive, the right product, the right offer compared to a marketplace. So centralize the stock could be a good idea, but also what about the promise to the customer and the time for them to get the product? This is just the question behind it, the promise.
Okay, does that answer your question? Maybe you should go and visit them afterwards and see if we can crack this. I think there's something in this, right? I've got the next question. I must admit, I'm not quite sure why that microphone's there. It'd be better if it was here, but anyway. Right, listen up everybody. If you're on your phones, can I have your attention please? We've got a very simple question now. Do you have in mind different pains or needs for your business? So it's back to this, what's the thing that keeps you awake on a Sunday morning, right? So we've heard 3 pretty good examples of this stock visibility issue, the issue Craig raised about, large items, and that adds another level of complexity in terms of which carriers can take it. So you've got to, I guess, build into your inventory, dimensions and stuff like that. So books, is it all your product books or no?
Books, stationery, technology.
Okay. But box stuff that can go parcel traffic, yeah? Most of it. Okay. Does anybody else got anything they want to share in terms of, the fulfillment, visibility, real time or not, that you're feeling at the moment? No? Okay. Okay, number 4. A solution like Reflex in store. Yeah, that's a bit of a strange. So, seems to be a good business opportunity. So, what I'm asking there basically is what you've heard, is that something that's interesting, or do you think it's something you've heard before and you don't believe it's true, or yeah? Who would be interested in taking this conversation further? Or absolutely, please do.
One of the things that I struggle with is matching that operational picking capacity to what's actually happening. So again, if I'm allowing, at the moment I'm managing only transport capacity. So I measure how many orders can I put into a van on a daily basis and send from the store. But I'm not able to connect what's actually happening on the floor. Is that article actually picked yet? So again, saying that we have co-workers in the store picking and preparing orders to be put on a van, and I don't see whether or not that one piece, that one product has left the shelf yet and been confirmed into an order for a customer yet. I only see it once it's sort of finished. So I'm wondering if the solution that you're developing is also following what's actually happening. Yes, it's in inventory, but where is it in the process of being put into the order?
Reflex is highly customizable so that you can add parameterization or add information that you would like to see. For example, if you want to have this information, you can add a screen and ask the operator when he's in a warehouse or the vendor when he's in the store to just validate where he put the product exactly, so that you have a visibility in real time. Where is this product? In the shelf, in the stock room, or it's already on a place where the transporter is going to take the product. You can put this procedure in place with Reflex in store.
So how does it work though? So with each client, you have to go in and basically do a consultative process to understand the entire picking system, and then put sort of, first base, second base, third base, and then that then translates up into the Reflex platform.
Before deploying Reflex, we have a pre-project where we analyze what are your process and what's your target, where we would like to be. And we have a consultant, we study it together, and then we work on process and where we are going to implement it on Reflex. This is the same strategy for the warehouse or in the store. So we see what it's possible. We have a wide range of possibilities. We see what it's possible, and then we put it on Reflex, in fact. Okay. So Reflex in store is just really easy to deploy. For example, for the group Casino, we have 100 stores. Okay, so the first store, we have 4 months for a core model, where we say that's why we are going to implement in the different stores. 4 months for the first store, and then we can deploy a store per week. So really easy to deploy, easy to use, and easy to adapt for the vendors. For the warehouse, it's a bit more complicated because you have different strategy to analyze, but ready to deploy for the stores.
Yeah, the casino example, was that, because you mentioned they were able to save 30% of their back office storage. That meant they could open up more retail space? Yes,
they definitely optimize their stock room. Okay, and 30% of the stock room now it's empty, and they can rent it to logistics provider. So they create a business for logistics provider and win money thanks to Reflex in store and the capacity to have a better optimization of the stock.
Okay. So right, okay. Interesting.
30%. This is really, we have really, really good figures about the utilization of Reflex in store. Really.
So why did it take 4 months just to blueprint one store?
Yeah, because for the first store, we create a core model. In fact, we are going to think about all the differences between the different stores, because with the Group Casino, we are on a project with 100 stores in Europe. So we're trying first to think about what are the differences between the stores, and just to put it on a core model so that we spend more time on the first deployment, but then this is really easy to use because we have all the configuration, all the documentation, and then the rollout is really easier.
So with the casino case study, is it the fulfillment or the refulfilling of the stores that was the challenge to make it efficient up the supply chain? It wasn't actually to do with the consumer last mile. Yeah, it's more to do with the efficiency of that store. Yeah. Yeah,
sure. Okay. We also talk about the stock room, but we also have the rupture in the shelves. For example, it was also a problem. Today we have this optimization. We don't have so many products in the stock room, so you have many. We don't have as much as a rupture of shares that we have in the past, you know.
And were casino, besides the space that gave them, which they now rent out to, almost as a 3PL on the high street, right? Were they also able to reduce the working capital, have less stock, and they can see more easily which stock is moving faster than others?
Yes, they analyze many things, in fact, because with Reflex in store, you are going to treat many data, okay, about the vendors, about each movement, where the product is going to be for the entrance until he leaves the store. So with all this information, all the data, they can optimize not only the stock room, you know, they also put mechanization in the store. You know, robots, and the robots only put the product in the shelves, for example.
Wow.
They take products from the storeroom and the robots put products in the shelves. And they are linked. We create an interface with Reflex in store, and they can do the replenishment through the robots.
Okay.
And the vendors are free to really advise people. So that's why they were looking for to add value to the work of vendors, and they're here to advise people and maximize the sales, in fact, in the store.
Okay. Cool. Anybody got any questions about that? You want to delve a bit deeper about the casino-specific example? No? Okay. Do you have an example, a bit like Craig's, about the last mile, about being able to... Let me answer the question in a different way. In 2012, eBay bought Shuttle, right? So Shuttle was a company in the UK that specialised in same-day, bringing independent couriers with same-day stock visibility, right? So somebody would go to Argos, I think was their biggest client, would go to Argos, buy a new iPad, and they'd know where you were. They'd be able to scour the Argos inventory, all the Argos stores, and pick the nearest one to you, and then Shuttle would then go and pick it up with a special code, and then bring it to you. Very simple. So you could get your delivery within, I think 1 hour was the proposition. The average basket price of a online Shuttle same-day customer was 5 times the normal customer price. So it was really good stuff. The problem back in 2012 was that...
Please get ready for your next one-to-one meeting.
Thank you.
Please make your way to the stand of the sponsor you have a meeting with.
That's not remotely distracting at all. But the problem was that most point-of-sale systems that all the retailers had in the UK and across Europe didn't have that real-time visibility. Right now, the world has changed since then. So same day, you know, Amazon Prime, I think, has just changed the rules really and changed the appetite. You know, I've got 4 kids and they want everything now, right? They don't want to wait 24 hours. They want everything instantly. So same day, certainly in the UK, is just flying, taking off. DPD's just bought City Sprint. I think it was announced a few months ago. So there's a real appetite for same day. But same day works really well with bricks and mortar retail, but only if you can have that instant visibility and be able to Shuttle to the nearest store, it's already been picked. You haven't got this lag where somebody's walked in off the high street and this jacket has already been sold twice and there's only one jacket. You don't have any of that problem. That's the utopia. Have you got a case study that you can share that's nailed it?
Yes, in fact, our customers ask us to work on a 1 hour delivery for our customer, for an online command, or they want us to have the product available in 1 hour. So we're working on this, how to make it possible to realize this promise, and working on the stock, the possibility to put the stock the closest to the customer. So that's why we're talking about Reflex in Store, because this is not only for the stores, but also for micro-fulfillment center. We also talk about black markets, every capacity, urban platform also. We don't talk about the big warehouses far away from the store, because this promise can be done with this configuration. So we are working with all this kind of micro-fulfillment center, urban platform, where logistics has to be provided to do this 1 hour delivery, for example.
Okay. So you say we're working with it. Is it work in progress, or you actually have clients that are doing this today?
We actually clients who do that, clearly.
Okay.
Clearly.
Can you share sort of how do the economics work? What's the commercials with a solution like Reflex?
Today we saw that our customers, our retailers, have to change their model, because they know that in front of an Amazon, in front of pure player, they can do it, in fact. So they're totally changing their model and ask us to work on this different point of sales, on how to change the economic model, how to change the logistics point of view, and what kind of tools we can implement to do this logistics in store. This is the in-store, the urban platform, the micro-fulfillment center are a big issue for our customers today.
Okay. But all of these retailers in here, they'll all have committed to certain WMS systems, which they paid a lot of money for, they've gone through a lot of pain. Do you work with existing WMS, or do you have to rip that out and start again?
It depends. With some customers where we deploy Reflex in store, sometimes a WMS is already existing in warehouse. So we just create interfaces to communicate and take back data to treat them. So this is possible to have another WMS and to implement Reflex in store. This is possible. This is just interfaces. This is a better way to have Reflex everywhere, just to have the global vision on one product, easier to deploy and easier for the run of your solution, to maintenance, support and everything, but this is clearly possible.
Okay, so back to my commercial question. How does it work? Do you you mentioned earlier when we were talking about one of the examples, do you go in and do a consultation and then do a proposal, and then you mentioned it took 4 months to do the first casino store, and then after that you could do one a week. So how does that work economically? Is it paid for over a term? Or do they lease the license for the software?
In fact, we're working on a concurrent users. So that my customer says, okay, I have X vendors who are working here. So we determine the price of the license. And then you have all the price of the project, you know. So the consultant, the project leader, the developers who are going to work on the project. So you have the price of the license and the price of the project.
Right. So every project is different, and it's...
Clearly, it depends on your targets, it depends on the dimension of the warehouse, of the stores, if you would like to add mechanization, if you would like to have some process. So it really depends of your needs, of your target. Each project is different, in fact, even if it's one product, but each project, each client is different.
I'm going to keep trying to get a price. I'm going to keep going. Okay. But can you give us a clue on return on investment then? In terms of, without betraying commercial sensitivities and so on, what, in your experience, is with those two scenarios, with one where we want to get our warehouse more efficient, or the other one where we want to get real-time visibility of inventory at the retail outlet, those two, what's a reasonable, confident return on investment?
I think it both. You have to target both. With the WMS, the answer will be to have this real-time visibility anywhere in your logistics points. There could be warehouse, stores, factory, anywhere, but also this optimization of your space, of your resources, everything. This is the targets of the WMS.
No, what I'm saying is the return on investment 6 months, 12 months, 3 years?
It depends. It depends if you have a site with mechanization. It depends on many things. But for a store, the return on investment is arriving very quickly. About 3-4 months, you already have a return on investment.
3 or 4 months?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And if any of these guys want to obviously visit you on your stand, have you got real case studies that you can share with them?
Yeah, sure. We have business reference that we can present about Reflex in store, about Reflex warehouse. So yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Has anybody got any questions at all? Anything that's been said in the last 10 minutes that's made you think a bit about something? Craig, you totally clear? You happy? You're going to go and see them, right? Okay. Okay, you're going to go and see them. Yes, over here. Microphone. Just say who you are and where you're from.
Hi, my name is Florian. I'm from Germany, working for a textile discount company called NKD.
Okay.
My question to you is, so what was the most important wish you were faced with from your customer? You said 1 hour delivery. For us, that's completely unnecessary. So what was like this one problem you solved where you solved about 80% of the work for your customer? Is there this one issue that was up on the top?
For our customers, with Reflex in store, we solve the visibility, as to say, where is my product? The first point. The second is how I can optimize my storeroom, because I have not enough space and it's a real problem today. The third point is I don't want to lose my customer in the point on sale. What I can do, what I can give it, what kind of information I can give it to him to take this customer and maximize my sale. So the strategy was to give information to the vendor. Okay, no, we don't have the product in this stock room, or the product is in another store, so I can give it to you tomorrow or Wednesday. You can come back here and we will keep it to you. So this is the problem that we solve. It was your question, yeah?
Okay. And from your business, you say NKD? Yeah. Your business, is that, what's your biggest problem?
Well, yeah, it is definitely the visibility, but then also as we're a textile discount company, our margins, our basket sizes are quite prohibitive to sending too much goods around. So for us, it would be really the question, would it be feasible for us to send from one store to the other? Or is it rather smart to wait a little bit longer and get it from central DC with a regular store delivery?
Yeah. Can I ask how many stores do you have throughout Germany?
1,300 in Germany and 2,000 all over Europe.
Wow, okay. Yeah, sure. Have you got your Fitbit on step count? Yeah.
I'm working also with Decathlon. We put Reflex in store in Decathlon, you know. For example, they have sometimes, it was Friday, they saw they have many products, too many baskets, and they have to do something. So on one night, they have the capacity to build a promotional offer. Okay, so that's the Saturday. They can just, the objective was to sell the maximum of this product because it's going to be a problem, you know. So this is also a way to have the power of the logistics, is to have power in your business, because you can implement promotional offer, for example, and get rid of all this product. So it could be also an opportunity, you know. Decathlon just try to launch this promotional offer because they have the visibility of the stock and they know that it's going to be a problem in the following weeks. So thanks to Reflex in store, they launch a lot of promotional offer, for example.
So I guess if you've got for Decathlon, if you've got the visibility of if you've got overstocked items, you want to get it out of the stores, it's taking too much space and so on, you know exactly where it is. You can do zip code driven promotions. So the marketing team working with the logistics team.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Does that answer your question? I had another question for you. So you got, did you say 2,000 stores across Europe? Yeah. So what about returns? Because in your space, you know, people, I've got 2 daughters, they're always returning stuff from ASOS all the time. You know, they get 5 items delivered and they send 3 back. So returns visibility, and do you want the returns to go back to the central dark store or to the nearest store?
Yeah, first of all, our online share is rather low, as it's usual for discount. But what we our focus is on click and collect when we talk about online. So we don't do that much direct delivery. And within click and collect, we want to have the returns to store, because then we don't have the whole back-end processes at our warehouse. We just get the goods in store, we put it on shelf, and it will be sold off. So that's how we try to minimize returns, actually, because if we get the stuff back, then it's really not fun for us.
And is your store inventory per store updated, you know, on the hour or at the end of day, or
1 time per day in a night run?
So in a night run, okay. Yeah. So if something's returned in the morning, it won't show until the next morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why visibility is our main issue.
Okay. Do you want to come back? Is that okay? Okay. Thanks for that. Really good example. Anybody else got any questions they'd like to ask? On the subject of returns, have you got some examples of how you've blended with returns software like, I don't know, Zigzag or something, where returns have been optimized as well?
We have process in Reflex. We have algorithm. You have all the module dedicated to returns in our software. It could be returns anywhere in stores, in warehouses. We have algorithm to treat the returns.
Okay.
This is included in our product.
Cool. And what about, have you got an international example? Because Casino is, and Decathlon, is it all their stores or just in France?
No, Decathlon, we're working in the island. So we have in Martinique, Guadeloupe, but also in Réunion.
Okay.
So this is, we have an international example with Groupe Casino, and also Galeries Lafayette, who is going to deploy Reflex in-store in France, but also in Europe.
Okay. But have you got a cross-border example of this, a case study at the moment?
Not in Reflex in-store, but after with Reflex WMS for sure. We are working with Duracell. We have sites in Europe, but also in the United States, China. With Renault and the factory, we are deploying 30. We have a 30 factory in more than 50 countries in the world. So yes, we have many projects with an international footprint.
Okay, super. I keep thinking you're trying to ask a question, but you're shielding your eyes from the sunshine. I can see that. It's very warm, I know. Anybody else got a question? Oh, somebody's ringing me from France. There you go. Okay. No, you take as much time as you want.
When it comes to a pure in-store retail warehouse management system, are you also looking into managing the sales spaces, defining an order point and replenishment for the full inventory in the store as well? Yeah? Okay. Easy answer.
Okay, thanks for that. Okay, anybody else? Yeah, question here, the second row.
You can just present. Yeah, sure. So I'm from Glovo. We're a food delivery company operating in 30 countries, and we're developing a last mile solution for e-commerces as well. So orders outside of the marketplace. We're actually the most stores. The more stores that implement your solution, I think they will use our solution more as well, because we're very strong last mile express ship from store. So we're actually working with Decathlon in some countries. We started in Portugal, now Italy and Poland as well, and Leroy Merlin, for example, as well. So my question is, what's your relationship with last milers? Do you have any integration, or because I think there's a very good fit, especially for us.
So your business is, did you say global or Gopher? Glovo.
So Glovo.
Okay.
Glovo.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're the headquarters in Barcelona.
Okay.
And we're in 30 countries at the moment.
And are you an asset light? Do you orchestrate other people's delivery networks, or do you have your own fleets?
So it depends on the country. In some countries we have our own fleet, and in some others we use freelancers, and we're basically a platform where freelancers can work. But it's our fleet. So there's some countries where we use some 3PLs, but it's a minority.
So for you, it's a little bit like the shuttle example in 2012. Their business wasn't flying because of the stop visibility. It was holding them back. Yeah. So what you're saying is there's an awesome collaboration here, potentially.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
He needs, the more people who've got real-time visibility of stock in the last mile, then the more business he can do. Predominantly same day, or?
Yeah, we can do everything. So we can do everything from express. So we also have a business of, we're developing MFCs. So we're launching 200 MFCs per quarter globally. And we have express delivery in 10 minutes. So our average delivery time of groceries in Barcelona is 12 minutes at the moment. And we do several thousands of deliveries per day, right? So our strength is last mile, but we're also doing same day. We have cross-docking operations in our warehouses, so we use those MFCs for cross-docking operations, and we also have some warehouses without inventory that we just do cross-docking, and we can also do next day with delivery windows for optimization. Well, there's some sectors, yeah. He was mentioning that that there are some products and industries that don't need same day, right? And they prefer some cheaper solutions. Of course, volume is important for us as well. So we also take some next day with delivery windows. And what we bring is the experience that you can see on a food delivery app, right? Like live tracking, last minute changes of address, very fast chat support, etc. Right? Like we bring the food delivery app experience to e-commerces, so that you can, if you have your own e-commerce, then you can have that experience as well.
Okay, so the original question before I cross-examined you about more was last mile.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have examples of interfaces for last mile? I will have to make that the last question.
Thank you. I'm working with La Fourche in France. The aim of the company, such as Frischti, I don't know if you know it in France, is to deliver customers in 15 minutes. Okay, so to work with them on this goal, on this premise, we develop many things. Automatization, we're working with AutoStore. They are here, for example. We have project with a cashier, in fact, that you will find in the city, in metro, in bus, where people can take back the command in 50 minutes, okay? We have a temperature control, so this is the possibility for them. You don't have stock, but you put this on metro or in central station, and they can take back the product. We also have in Reflex transport functionalities directly integrated in our product, okay? So you can try to choose the best carrier depending on the volume that you have to transport. You can choose, for example, the optimization of your transport, if you make a round, with different carriers, different stop. So we have also transport functionalities that can help you to make decision about the delivery. But we're working with automatization. We are trying to create new business model to fight this last mile with really important in terms of promise, but also in terms of cost.
Okay. I think you guys should have a chat later.
Yeah, sure. Feel free to come to see us, and we will present some business case with this issue.
Okay.
Pleasure.
Listen, guys, apologies for the room, the heat, but thank you for your contribution and some great comments, some great questions there as well. So thank you for that. Thank you, Adeline, for your time.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.